Welcome to the first long format video of the Airstream restoration series. Before we get into all the details about the stuff we've been doing over the last couple days, I really need to get this thing level because we're building the walls on the inside, and having a nice level floor just makes everything a million times easier. And as you can see behind me, there's a big storm on the way. Well, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a big storm on the way. So we need to get this thing level so that we can get some work done while it's raining. All right, I got my tools. Let's get this thing level. Well, that was a little bit hectic, but you want to see something cool? Check this out. Oh, I guess we'll use the door right here. I don't know if you can tell, but that is dead on level. So I'd call that a win. So you can see behind me the wall that we finished building in the last couple videos. Since then, I've gone ahead and built out these boxes to cover up the wheel wells. They're not finished yet. I'm going to take them, I'm going to fill them with spray foam to protect and preserve this plastic, which makes up the exterior wheel well cover for the tires. And honestly, this plastic is just old and it's kind of degrading. You can see here, and there's a massive crack there, so we're just gonna go ahead and fill it with spray foam. That'll keep it nice and secure and sturdy. The other thing that we did is started framing up this wall. So you can see we got another archway right here. This one is 1.5 inches thick, and it's going to be just a divider wall between the bedroom where I'm standing and the kitchen / living room, which is where I am now standing. It had to be in a very specific spot to get perfectly in between this window right here and then the window right there behind me. As you can see, there's not very much space between those two windows in this axis horizontally, or I guess lengthwise of the camper. And so I had to be very careful with my placement of this wall. I also had to be aware that the bed is 75 inches or so long. We're using a full-size mattress. It's about 75 inches, and these walls are 75 3/4 apart. That gives us a little bit of space for sheets and the mattress, going out, that sort of thing. Also gives us a little bit of space for the skins that are going to be on the inside of these walls. So hopefully it all fits. I guess we'll see. Well, anyway, now that we got the camper nice and square, we can go ahead and start working on framing in this portion of the wall. We had to get it nice and square because there's really no reference surfaces anywhere. Everything's round. So we got to go ahead and measure from the end of this board here on the floor up to somewhere on the roof that's level, and that'll be where the board goes. Now the next morning, and we're going to start things off today by adding the last little bit of spray foam to these boxes. So I just started digging into the project, and which is the bed frame, because it's quite a complicated build, having all the drawers and stuff underneath of it. I even got the design made. Well, I just came out here to start building it, and I realized I only have one piece of wood left of the size that I need, so we got to go back to Lowe's again. Seems like I go there just about every day. So let's go. Let's go to Lowe's. Hopefully this will be enough to last me a little while.
Saved up
have it. The majority of the bed frame is done. We got this whole front section for the cupboards done. Next up, we're just gonna have to go over here and build out where the hinges are at for pivoting the bed up and down so that we can get to this storage space right here. We've also got to go ahead and finish up this portion of the wall, but that's gonna have to wait until we get this foam sanded down so we can put the lid on. And that goes for that one too, and this wall that goes right here. As you can see, we've made quite a bit of progress over here in the last couple days. We've got this section here built out to accept drawers. We relocated the power box with all of the electrical circuitry and whatnot. We also got this beam installed for the back of the bed where the pivot's going to be. Next up, and the last thing that we're going to do in this video, we're going to be adding some supports for that bar back there. This next part is pretty simple. We're just going to keep adding wood until everything's nice and solid. And there you have it. The bed frame is complete. The bed frame is totally overbuilt and is completely rigid. You can't shake this thing around and bend any of the wood without shaking the whole camper. Might need to fix that squeak. For the sake of practicality, I really wanted to make sure that this bed frame wouldn't flex at all under the weight of two people. Like if you've ever slept on one of those old metal mesh beds that just kind of have that mesh between that metal frame and they sag in the middle, you're like sucked into the middle all night. It's kind of miserable. This will not be that. These three larger spaces here are going to be for some nice pull-out drawers that we decided to put underneath the bed. And this last space over here is just going to be a little stuff space for blankets and such. The last step of this bed frame here though is going to be adding the top wood, in which we are going to have one small piece back here where you can see that little divided area. And then there's going to be one big piece for the rest of it, and it's going to sit on hinges so we can pivot it up and access all this nice big storage space back here. We also of course got to run all these miscellaneous wires, the spaghetti mess that I've created for myself. And that's it. The bed frame is done. So I designed out this bed frame to make sure that we had as much storage space as possible. So behind all the cupboards and underneath the bed, there's a nice little cubby to throw all of my gear for camping and hiking and whatever else I may be into at the time. You know, it's actually quite spacious in here, as long as you don't mind the exposed electrical lines. Oh, this board is really heavy. All of our electrical for the camper runs into this box here, which controls all the low voltage circuits and the high voltage circuits. I don't know, I think it turned out pretty good. I decided that I'm not going to mess with this segment of wall until we finish building out this corner, because there's a lot of big pieces that need to go in this area. It'll just make it a million times easier to have this exposed. And that's going to do it for the first episode of this series. Stay tuned for the next one where I start building out the shower. See you then! Come on now.